Blessing and woes, Luke chapter 6, verse 17 through 26. And Yeshua came down and he stood before them at a level place with a great crowd of disciples and multitude of people from Judea, Jerusalem, Syria, and Tyre, who came up to hear him and be healed of their diseases. For those who were troubled of unclean spirits, they wanted to be cured. And all of the crowd sought to touch him with for the power that came out of him, and that healed them all. And he lifted his eyes upon his disciples, and he said, Blessed are you who are poor, for yours is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you who are hungry, for you shall be satisfied. Blessed are you who weep, for now you shall laugh. Blessed are you when people hate you, and when they exclude you, revile you, and spurn your name as evil on the account of the Son of Man. For all of those out there who are doing righteous, and all of a sudden you're being talked about, or you're mysteriously going through something, or you're being called by words, or treated in a certain way. Example one, yesterday I was in a building taking care of some business. There was a young gentleman there. Couldn't be no more older than 18 years old. And the security guard kept messing with him. Why? He was dressed in a thuggish swag from the hood, and the security guard didn't like it. So by them being two races in color, I already seen him picking on him, and the stuff that he was doing was to enrage this young man. So as this young man started getting enraged and acting out, the security guard technically wanted to try to arrest him. So he purposely made him act in a way so he could point and say, see, now I got you, now I'm going to arrest you for your actions, when he caused the actions. This is an ongoing thing that we see today. We see this when you display your personality or the way you talk or the way you act. All of a sudden it becomes a mental disease because the person at the other end doesn't like that display, can't handle it emotionally. And a lot of this is being played out, I'm starting to see. And it's basically all fashioned around money and socialism at the end of the day. So rejoice in that day and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For so their fathers did the prophets. Every time I go somewhere and I walk somewhere in New York City and there's a group of Orthodox ascetic Jews that see me, if they know of me or they see me, even if they see my fringes, the first thing they do is they'll turn around and walk on the other side of the sidewalk. Now, to me, that's very racist and that's prejudice. Because if you're of Yahweh, and even if you're converted and you're about these people, everything is about love, understanding, sharing, and caring. There's never been a selfish bone in any of the prophets or the Hebrews. They've always been there for people. They've always been kind and caring through this whole Bible, and they always accepted everybody. So when you have characteristics of people that are not doing such as that word and those people, we need to start asking each other, who are these people? What is their haplogroup DNA and characteristics? And how long has this DNA and where did it spurn from? So with that, I would like to say, rejoice and leap in the day for the joy, and behold, for your reward is great in heaven. For so their fathers did the same to the prophets. So the same thing that happens to you is the same thing that's happened in the past that's happening now. So I say, woe to you who are rich, for you have already received your consolation. And woe to you who are full, for you shall be hungry. And woe to you who laugh, for you shall mourn and weep. And woe to you when people speak well of you, for your fathers did the same to the false prophets. So what comes around goes around. So enjoy all of the things that you're doing if you're doing these evil things unto others. And if you're on the other side of the stick and receiving all of the harmage that is coming towards you with the foul words, all right, with the speaking of names, the revile, the excluding, the hate. If this is something that you're going through, all right, rebuke it and rejoice, because that means that you're doing something right. Because anybody who goes through it and is trying to do something righteous, you know that your double portion is getting a little bit bigger for each hit you take to the chin and turn the other cheek. Let them have their reward right now, for they get 10 times that evilness of everything that they've done just for that reward when the time has come to be judged.